Welcome back, everyone. If you are interested in repairing credit, the first thing that you're going to need are credit reports. Now, today we're going to be using Smart Credit. So if you want a full tutorial on how to repair credit and get your credit report correctly using Smart Credit's 3-bureau credit report, make sure to watch this entire video because I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do in order to refresh the credit reports properly so everything populates over into your software, so that way you can finish another round of disputes for your client. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start in Credit Repair Cloud. Now, Credit Repair Cloud is one of many softwares that you can use. It's just my choice because of the simplicity. I've used other softwares like 𝑪𝒓𝒆𝒅𝒊𝒕, it's great, CDM, Credit Admiral. Those are all software options out there, but Credit Repair Cloud is the simplest and the most easy to understand, and honestly, I've been using it for years and it's a great software. So in this software, what we're going to do is just scroll down to tab 1, and this is where your client's saved details will be. So it's easy to access and you won't have to go and search for it. That's why I like to use software when you are starting to repair multiple people's credit, because it can keep everything up to date and organized. Now what you're going to want to do is open up Smart Credit in another tab, and you're going to put in your client's details. Now, once we're logged into Smart Credit, there's 2 steps that need to be completed. This is really important for you guys to pay attention to because I have missed this step before and it didn't properly import into my software. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to go and we are going to download the new 3B report, and that stands for the 3-bureau report. So we can have all 3 credit bureaus side by side so we can look at the data and compare it all to point out any inconsistencies or inaccuracies that are on the credit report. So let's go ahead and do that. We're going to go over to the tab here where you can go to the 3B reports and scores. Now there's 2 ways to get to it. You can either go to the bars on the side, or there is a page from the main screen here where it is the 3B reports and scores. So 2 places that you can access it. Either one is going to take you right here, and you will get 1 fresh report every 30 days. So that's really important to understand that if you go in and you try to refresh it before that mark, then you're going to need to pay for an additional report, and you don't want to have to do that. So you want to go ahead and just wait the time and refresh it. Now you can see you have 1 available refresh. So we're going to go ahead and agree. And yes, you actually have to log in every single month and you have to go through this process. They do not automatically update. So it's really important for you as a credit repair specialist to understand that your clients most likely are not going to log in every month and update this, and even if they do, they may not do it correctly. So it's your job to actually log in to their credit monitoring, whether it's Smart Credit, Identity IQ, or whomever, and actually refresh the data. Sometimes clients do it, but most of the time they don't, okay? So what we're doing is just refreshing it. We're going to go ahead and place that order now, and it's going to refresh the report. You can see here, now the report is as of today. Now that this is updated, there's one other step that we want to do before we re-import this data into Credit Repair Cloud. So from the main screen where we were just at, there's 2 reports if you'll notice. There's the 3B reports and scores, which we just did. There's also the Smart Credit reports. Now we need to actually go into the Smart Credit reports and we need to refresh this as well, because what this does is it makes sure that all of the data is refreshed. What I've noticed is if this step is missed, then a lot of times it doesn't show like the deleted inquiries and it just doesn't populate in properly for whatever reason. So you'll notice here that the last time that this was was updated was in June. So now it's time to update that again. So what we want to do is just hit that little recycle button right here, or you can just click on the banner up here. Either way, it's going to prompt you to update the Smart Credit report. And you can do this usually once a day, but it's really important that you do not do this before you pull the 3 bureau report, because you can only pull this or update this once a day. Okay, so now that this is fully populated, what we can do is we can go back to the 3B report and we can just analyze the data, because that's what it's for. But in this video, I'm just talking about the Smart Credit and refreshing it. So we're going to have a part 2 where we're actually going to be going over the data on the credit report so we can analyze that and we can go over it. Now, what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how to re-import this refreshed credit report back into Credit Repair Cloud. But it is important for you as a credit specialist to understand how to read the data that's on the report. You cannot rely on a software to do everything for you. You still have to understand what accounts need to be disputed and what accounts do not need to be disputed, because sometimes the data doesn't always update 100% into the database. So you still need to go through and make sure everything is categorized correctly, is tagged correctly, and everything is done properly. All right. So we're going to go back over into Credit Repair Cloud, and we're just going to click on that green button where it says re-import the credit report. Re-import it. And what this is going to do is just connect to Smart Credit and import that fresh data that we just updated. So here's the update from the report that we just updated. Every time you re-import a credit report, you're going to get what's called a re-import summary. And sometimes it's correct and sometimes it's very challenging to read. Sometimes it's not 100% correct. So if you feel like re-import summary is more confusing, what I would recommend is just simply recording a Loom video, LOOM.com. You can download that and use it for free. You can record up to 5-minute videos for free. So you can record a Loom video just going over their Smart Credit report and advising them what is left that you're working on. But you can also send them another report inside a Credit Repair Cloud, and I'll show you that in just a minute. And that report is basically just going to let them know all of the information that's left on the report that you are still working on. Okay, and that report is a lot easier to read. It's very similar to the initial report that you first gave a client, but mine is custom, and I can always help you guys do this. All you have to do is just book a coaching call and we can go over this information. Now, the re-import summary is just going to list all of the things that are deleted, the credit scores that have gone up or down, and things that have been added. So you'll see here that there was a new collection that was added, and unfortunately that has brought down the score. So you can see here that it says on the re-import summary that the bankruptcy on TransUnion was deleted, the bankruptcy on Experian was deleted, and the bankruptcy on Equifax was deleted. So that's what the re-import summary says. And then the REC management systems, this was deleted. Built, looks like that was some sort of account that was deleted, not sure why, but let's see what this new. So it very well may be that one collection was deleted and then maybe they re-imported it with another company. I don't know, but it's a different company. We'll just have to read the credit report to understand. But you'll notice how on the re-import summary, it does say that all 7 of the bankruptcies were deleted. Well, this is a very common thing that I see. So you always want to verify on the actual credit report that it was in fact deleted, because oftentimes I will get false information on the re-import summary saying, oh, this was deleted, but in fact it really wasn't, and it's still on the credit report. So that's why it's important for you to compare the data that it says was deleted with with the data that's actually on the credit report. So let's just take a quick peek to see if in fact the bankruptcies were deleted off the credit, and we'll just take a peek at that real quick. Now, when you're looking at the 3B report inside of Smart Credit, you're going to want to switch to classic view, okay? Because that's going to give you all bureaus side by side, and it's a lot easier to read. So what we're going to do is scroll all the way to the bottom, because that's where all of the public records are located on this credit report. So that way we can see if they are in fact still on here. I hope they are not, but I don't ever get excited when I see those on the re-import summary, because I've had it happen so many times where it said that it was deleted and in fact it was still on the credit report. So we will see. There's a lot of information, a lot of stuff on this client's report. So, and it sucks because the credit score didn't go up because that new collection account hit it. Well, good news is the bankruptcies are gone. All 3 bankruptcies are gone. So the client will be happy about that. I'm happy about that. But unfortunately, the credit score is still really bad because there's a lot of collections on the credit. So we'll go over this as if I were going over it with my client, just so you can understand what type of video you should be sending your client and going over maybe what some plan of actions could be for them and so on and so forth. So last thing that I want to show you guys, now make sure that you download the re-import summary, because this is not going to save anywhere inside of Credit Repair Cloud. Okay, that's very important to understand. This report is not saved anywhere unless you download it. So what we want to do is we want to download this as a PDF so we can send this to the client as an update. This is pretty accurate. I'm excited because the bankruptcies, I just verified that they're actually gone. So we got all 3 bankruptcies deleted. That's awesome. And we can, send this with confidence to the client knowing that the data is actually correct. So you'll download this as a PDF, and then you'll just need to manually email it to the client, or you can send it through the client portal messaging system. And then you'll just want to continue to the report, and you're going to want to save this report as pending and finish later. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and we want to generate a report letting the client know what's left on their credit report, because this is the re-import summary, meaning this is what has changed in the last 30 days or so, right? But it's also nice for them to be able to see what is left that you guys are working on, or what is left on my file that's still affecting me in a negative manner. So what you're going to want to do is go over to tab 1. You're going to want to switch to simple audit / credit analysis. And at the bottom, we're going to generate what's called just an update. Okay. This is where you can see maybe some of the initial audits that you sent to your client, and we can do what I call a credit update. So it's very similar to the initial audit, but it's just the basics. So I'm going to go ahead and just generate the audit. And again, if you need help setting up some of these docs, just book a call and we can go through it, because it makes life a lot easier using software. So basically, this just has the client's information, their credit score, their credit utilization. Obviously, that's affecting them a tremendous amount. It needs to be under 15%. Right now, it's at 66%. So that's one of the things that we are going to be talking about with the client. No public records, yay, but they have a ton of derogatory items left on their credit report. So that's still an issue, right? And here is a list of all of the 83 items. Now, mind you, when it counts each item as one, and it doesn't matter if it's just one account. If it's on all 3 credit bureaus, it counts it as 3 times. So it's once on Experian, once on, blah, 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 right? So 3 times. So that's why it's so many. So Capital One, there's a lot of late payments. So we really just need to educate the clients on, no late payments. But these are all of the derogatory items. There was a new collection added. So quite a bit of collections that are still left, and, just old late payments and things like that. But the good thing is the bankruptcy is off, and we've got some inquiries that are left, but finally got that darn bankruptcy off. So that feels good. That feels really good. So what we're going to do is just email this client, this audit to the client, and that will automatically send it to them, and it will also save a copy in here, and then you can just follow up with an email saying, hey, here's your re-import summary. This is what we've gotten deleted for you this month. Here's what you have left. So you can kind of send it all. And then even if you wanted to attach a Loom video kind of going over it like we're going to do in part 2, you can totally do that as well. So that's a quick overview on how to just re-import that updated credit report, get that re-import summary. And the last thing that I just want to mention is, since the re-import summary does not save in your system, you want to put it into the client's internal notes. So you're going to want to just add a note in here and just put re-import summary. And you're going to want to just add that file here, so that way everything is saved, because it's really important for you to save everything and document the process for the client. So if they ever come back to you like, hey, you didn't do anything for me, blah, 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 like you can be like, well, actually I did. This is where you were when you first started. You had things added or whatever, right? So we're going to save that, and that way my team can email it to the client. But hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't by now, make sure that you have joined the credit community, because that's where it's at. We meet every Friday. We go over all of this stuff and so much more. You're going to get discounted trade lines on the personal and business side. And guys, I'm telling you, you need this information because it is life-changing. If you are looking to start a side hustle, to start an additional revenue stream, you can make $10,000 to $50,000 a month in the credit repair industry, or in the credit, space, if you will. There's so many different avenues, so different many streams of income that can be created in this niche. So, get in touch. The links are all in the description, and I appreciate you guys for watching. Make sure to give me a huge thumbs up. Leave me a comment below. Thank you guys so much. Take care.